Hi friends, today we're going to continue our series in designing our military for our new Republic successor. In today's video, we're going to finish up discussing our ground forces by going over our armored units. It wouldn't be a Star Wars military without tanks. So without further ado, let's dive in.
Jake, you are majorly overthinking this.
You underestimate my power.
Hello there.
So starting off, we'll be looking deeper into our armor divisions. The structure includes 2 ATTE and 1 Marauder brigades. We introduced the ATT in a previous video, but we haven't discussed the Marauder yet. The Marauder is actually just a heavier infantry carrier and fighting vehicle version of the Imperial troop transport. We saw this in The Mandalorian. They have additional armor and cannot carry troops on the outside. However, they include 2 heavy anti-vehicle lasers. Although they would likely have to carry less troops, they excel in urban combat, especially when we would escort them by urban assault tripod transports. Each ATTE carries 10 troops and 2 ATRTs for organic reconnaissance. Each brigade consists of 3 combined arms battalions or CABs. These include 2 ATTE and TX-130 battalions. The TX-130s would escort our tanks very similar to how they would escort our light infantry as we discussed in the last video. Now, we also would have combined arms battalions that include Marauders and urban assault tripod transports. And these would be great specifically for urban assaults where larger ATTs cannot fit very well. Each company would include 11 vehicles regardless of what type. So 3 platoons of 5 vehicles plus a headquarters vehicle. The Marauder company also includes 2 all-terrain attack platforms to make up for the lack of direct fire support without having the ATTEs, mass driver cannons. Now moving on, each armor brigade also has a Cavalry Squadron, and this is a heavier reconnaissance company meant for finding and engaging enemies directly. This includes 3 platoons of Marauders escorted by 2 platoons of TX-130s, instead of the urban assault tripods escorting the Marauders. This makes them faster, but vulnerable to shields and repulsor jammers. But for reconnaissance, they'll mostly just find the enemy and move away. If they come across a shield, they're not really meant to attack directly. Now lastly, we have our reinforced armor divisions. As we discussed before, they're designed for direct breakthroughs in open terrain using blitzkrieg tactics. As we said, they are the same as our armored divisions, but we replaced the ATTE brigades with A9 Juggernauts. One A9 Juggernaut can carry 124 troops by itself, so really only 2 are needed per platoon, 1 for the troops and 1 for the headquarters component. They also include cavalry squadrons that still use Marauders. However, each battalion also includes light reconnaissance elements and mortar-equipped Marauders. Since we only have these large vehicles, we would need a couple additional reconnaissance. Lastly, we also would include extra engineering battalions and Tridents to support breaches, which if we're pushing directly into enemy territory, we need additional engineers to make sure we remove obstacles and place bridges so that we can get across quickly. So there you have it, my friends. That is our armored and reinforced armor divisions. In the next video, we will have finished our ground forces and start talking about our Navy and Starfighter Corps. So stay tuned if you like our deep dive videos into Star Wars lore and designing our new military that hopefully the New Republic would learn some lessons from and make something really cool that maybe we'll get to see something like this in the future. So as always, may the Force be with you, and we'll see you next time.